What's good, y'all? We got Kevin Samuel's new B Simone with Fail. We on the road to 100 KOK. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Let's see what it's hitting for.
In 2023, the Houston Texans selected quarterback C.J. Stroud from the Ohio State University, and he had one of the best rookie seasons that we've ever seen at quarterback. The Houston Texans were not even a good organization, but C.J. Stroud played 15 games that year, going 9-6, averaging almost 274 games, and winning the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. And man, the guy had an awesome year. 23 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. In 2024 was supposed to be a lot better, until it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, CJ Stroud was still good, but he wasn't as good as the first year. Instead of averaging 274 yards a game, he averaged 219 yards passing a game. And they still went 10-7, but he was not nearly as effective as he was the previous year. He experienced what people in the NFL call the sophomore slump. And what happened during the offseason was defensive coordinators were able to study his tape and understand that he had certain weaknesses in his game. And of course, CJ Stroud was not able to overcome those defensive wrinkles, and because of that, he slumped in comparisons to his first year. This is not just something that happens in football. It also happens in social media. Your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson officially joined YouTube in 2015.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual, so you only pay for what you need.
Listen up. For a limited time, get a crispy chicken sandwich for
Two back-to-back
$4.99. We're not messing
unskippable,
around.
man.
Our
Shouts
kitchen
out.
runs full tilt because shortcuts.
Oh no,
not
we
our
skipping
thing.
that one.
In 2025 makes it 10 years strong in the game. And I've experienced my ups and downs. And sometimes you can think because you're good in the business one year, you'll be great the next year, right?
Stop the cap.
And that was the issue with B Simone by the time 2020 came. You see, B Simone was living in Dallas, Texas, and was trying to get on, and she found a big opportunity at Wild 'N Out. And by the time 2020 came and B Simone was trying to go mainstream, around that time she was earning a whopping $1 million a month. This was a long way from B Simone's insufferable Aaliyah-style dancing videos when she was broke. And then the classic interview with Nick Cannon occurred, and this happened.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
So
like
he
he
can't
can't
be,
clock
like,
in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I
B
think
Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not going to understand my lifestyle. You're not going to understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
damn, you making this hard for me. Okay.
Yeah, I agree though, bro. Like, you don't want to be a mechanic, my nigga. Clocking in and then your girl's up 3 at night. Like, nah, you don't want that over here trying to create content over here, running around with her friends. No, you don't want that. Y'all don't need to be together. She's right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
You know, he has to be an entrepreneur.
A business owner. He getting.
She
one of
might
them
be
stimulus-
expecting too much now, but
This package
To a
is from
degree,
Donald
I feel
Trump,
it.
one of the small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry.
Now, this particular video really made B Simone, like, it made enemies amongst the sector. Like, it pissed off a lot of black men who were 9-to-5 guys. Now, to be honest, B Simone's target audience wasn't 9-to-5 working men anyway, so it really didn't hurt her at that time, but it did say a lot about her character. Here was a young lady who was now making $1 million a month. She was making that money really because she was solely tied to Nick Cannon in Wild 'N Out. And instead of really just apologizing for the situation, B. Simone
Basically,
doubled
she
down.
got ahead of herself.
Have my dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5.
You're not gonna
I get
get
it, they
one
work
acting
hard.
like this because it's not even that a man won't even give you a chance. I'm sure he would, even with you acting like this. But you do too much. It's just gonna end. Like, it's just gonna end. Because he's gonna clap back, and then you're gonna just keep clapping back, and then that's the end. You're never gonna get one acting like that. Zoe Spencer.
B. Simone doubled down.
Have my dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband.
Ew.
Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it, they work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong.
Oh, whoa, hold
Nothing
on.
is
What
wrong.
is she
You
saying?
work hard.
Hold
And
on.
instead of really just apologizing for the situation, B. Simone doubled down.
So this is
Have
what she
my dream
said
career, I
after.
manifested it.
This wasn't before, this was after.
Manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it, they work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard, you have money. I get it.
Ew. Stay far the fuck away from me. I don't even want to be in the same room breathing the same air as you. We don't even have to be in the same group of people. Just, ew.
I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? You got okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life.
I just know this isn't gonna end well. She's never lost. People, bro, you have to lose to learn, bro. It'll humble you.
Boy,
I lost a lot in my 25 years of life. I've learned.
sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Now, I think it's obvious to understand that as content creators, which I would consider B. Simone to be, she had what is called clout. Now, you got guys that come onto the platform, and because of whatever they did before, if they start social media influencing, they will get clout, right? We've seen so many people do that. Look at Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith on YouTube, Kwame Brown, guys who are successful in other industries. They come
Kwame
onto the
Brown.
social media sector and they get a real big boost because of who they are and what they've done before. And Gilbert Arenas and other guys are benefiting from
Yeah,
that same
Gilbert
thing
Arenas,
now.
nigga.
And B. Simone was one
I
of
know
the
Gilbert Arenas is going crazy though.
first
He
to
they call him the biggest bust in NBA history.
take her
Him and Kwame Brown, I think. Yeah.
falling out credit to social media and blow up on TikTok and become a podcast. But there was just something wrong with B. Simone. B. Simone just didn't have what it took to maintain that infrastructure. She just couldn't keep growing
Because it wasn't built herself. She's a woman. Not saying women can't build their own, but she got put on at Wildin' Out. You're not that funny. Even Valentina girl, bro. The redhead white girl, bro, on that bit. She's capped. Outside of Wildin' Out, I have never seen anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that's her name, Valentina, right?
the same rate. It wasn't because her growth was stunted. It was just because of the person that she was. B. Simone was very finicky. One day she would be on this, and then one day she would be on that, and one
Eyebrows are thick,
day
boy.
she would be on this, and it would kind of throw her audience off because she would be disrespecting the same people that would be trying to help her. And it was interesting because the way she came at 9 to 5 men, that attitude also started coming towards her own audience. Remember like the joining of the close friends thing she had on Instagram and what happened with Jackie O?
This is when you know someone's broke. I'm not gonna say people broke because they sell promo and stuff, like, cause I do promo too. You know what I'm saying? It's money, but I mean, clearly I'm not popping as much as these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So like, if she's selling $10, this is OnlyFans type shit. She's down bad. Look at her titties. She's down bad. Then it's like, people like this, they're never gonna keep their word. It's never gonna be anything worthy. You give them $10, like, who even pays for this stuff? Like it's just you're just not even. So, say someone does buy it, they're not gonna be a returning subscriber. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then this is through your own website. You buy it for $10, and then they're on there permanently for how long? Oh, until you just decide you don't want to do it no more. Like,
Of the close friends thing she had on Instagram, and
like your eyebrows are so
happened
thick, and then why do you cut it? Why do you put the slit in it? It's 2025 and you're a grown woman.
with Jackie O, when Jackie O passed away, well, B. Simone stopped giving value to her own audience, and she started trying to make money off her own audience, even plagiarizing a book. And when that happened, this is when Kevin Samuels kind of got involved. Now, anybody knows me and Kevin Samuels' relationship was pretty interesting. I'm the one that gave him his first interview and credited with discovering Kevin Samuels into Black YouTube. And we would always talk about content creators like B. Simone or like other people. He would talk to me about, guys like Alpha Male Strategies and other people. But with B. Simone, he did notice something about her, that she was limited. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. Kevin Samuels had every opportunity to monetize his own audience. He had book deals. He had fragrance deals. He had documentary deals. But Kevin never wanted to monetize his own audience to seem greedy, because he knew that it would work against him. And he was more concerned about the value and the opportunity versus monetizing his own audience to get money. He understood that if he kept doing what he was doing and kept networking and collaborating, he would be able to do something that no
one ordinary family.
4 astronauts go up into
yeah, bro,
space
just give
and come
scam,
back
bro.
forever.
nobody's ever done before. And
That's why I don't really be trying to sell nothing, bro. Like, I got my merch though, like that shit through Teespring, bro. If you buy it off YouTube, bro, you ain't gonna get scammed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to set my shit up to where I'm shipping it out myself though, and not going through no third party though. So y'all just work with me on that. But yeah, it just gives scam, bro. Outside of that, like, and I'm sticking to the same design, bro. Not doing all these designs, It just gives scam whenever you doing all this stuff, bro. It just gives scam.
He had 1 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on YouTube. Got to go ahead and collaborate with Nicki Minaj. He was on ATL. He was in a music video with Future. He was on his way. But B. Simone didn't take that strategy. She was more concerned about getting the bag, and it didn't matter who she stepped on. And so this is what Kevin Samuels had to say.
She didn't provide the same type of value as Kevin Samuels. Come on now. We all know that. I mean, I watched Wildin' Out plenty of times, bro. Never have I recalled a B. Simone, bro, being on that bit, remembering anything funny she done. You know what I'm saying? Let alone, I've heard the name been tossed around before, but never have I even seen her face till just now, bro. I really don't know who this is, bro. I've heard the name before though, bro, but outside of that, never seen her.
All it takes for you to come down to reality, B. Simone, is one wrong post. You are one viral video away, one internet canceling away from being back at Forever 21 selling shit.
He said you are
Not
one
Forever 21.
post away from losing it all. Well, why did he say that? Now, again, I've seen certain videos, and I want to give a shout out to Chantel Simone for making a really good video about the same topic that I'm doing right now. But the reality was Kevin Samuels understood something about the content creator industry, which is what I understand. I don't really do the whole monetizing of your audience, trying to seem thirsty, abusing your audience just because you can get money from them. Because what tends to happen as a content creator, you don't value that money as much, so you start doing other things with that money, and so then you stop putting in the work to basically educate your audience. And this is exactly what B. Simone did. And instead of taking Kevin Samuels' advice, what did B. Simone do herself?
But here's a little challenge. We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He gotta be tall, he gotta be dark, he gotta be handsome, he gotta have pretty teeth, he gotta be a family man, he gotta be financially stable, he gotta be rich, he gotta be successful, he gotta be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. He gotta be a family man. You ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He gotta be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He gotta have a job. You need to go fill out some applications, because you're still unemployed. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving, because you can't keep a dime to your name.
B. Simone became Kevin Samuels herself. That's right. Instead of actually taking Kevin Samuels' advice, B. Simone at one point started stealing Kevin Samuels' content. She became the godfather herself. And this is interesting from a woman that has a female audience that is trying to do, I don't know what she's trying to accomplish, but it changes every week. One day she's about women empowerment, it's about business, it's about religion, it's about trying to get a husband, or it's about being by yourself, it's about getting to the bag, or it's about getting back to God. She was just losing everybody. And of course she went from that to this.
Just my finances. Like the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like I notice it in me now. Just nitpick.
The problem is you're in the mall multiple times a week. You're eating out multiple times a week. You think you're famous and you just gotta live this lifestyle and and then you look up, where's the money? Could never be y'all. I could never.
And it's not even.
I'm too disciplined. I done lost the whole relationship by being too disciplined, bro. It wasn't meant to be.
I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
And then other people started weighing in on the subject.
A part of being an entrepreneur is going through these ups and downs and ebbs and flows of what being an entrepreneur is. Like,
and being
at times,
smart
you
with your money.
Might have a lot of liquid cash, and sometimes you may have to overly invest.
A successful entrepreneur is smart. That's why they're successful. They're not going broke out here, man. Yeah, you can argue these billionaires went bankrupt, but that's on paper with businesses. You're not on that level. You're not.
In whatever business you have going on, and you might be down a little bit. So sometimes you might try a thing and you fail, or sometimes you might hit the lick. It's all good. But it all comes with the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. That's why you don't have a steady situation. And kind of watching her voice crack and like, no, you don't get on a podcast and cry because your business isn't doing that good, or whatever finances in your entrepreneurial life ain't doing that good. You pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep going.
He's right, you know.
Now, Kevin said
the problem is y'all go to other people's platforms, bro, and y'all do these interviews and shit on their platforms. Y'all go do the pop the balloons on other niggas' platforms. All y'all do is just post on Instagram and go live on Instagram and think y'all ain't making no money. Twitch or YouTube, bro. Or music. And music is tough. It's very unprofitable. Very unprofitable. Music is fucking cooked, my nigga. You can have all the talent, bro. You could be getting decent views, bro, and never make it out, bro.
Samuels did a pretty good job of understanding the fact that B. Simone inflated her own ego because, you know, where she was in life, she thought that she deserved a man like her. And he said that, hey, she's not ugly, she's cute, but she's not an 8, 9, or 10. But I want to add on
she's
to
most
Kevin
definitely a
Samuel's
4,
original
bro.
argument about that. And the original argument was B. Simone didn't appreciate the people that took her to that level. And that is why B. Simone fell off. This is not new. I mean, we see guys in sports get big contracts and then stop performing. We see guys stop performing after their first year. I mean, we're going to look at Jaden Daniels and see if he does the same thing in the sophomore slump this year with the Redskins. It just happens, right? People get better around you and people want what you have. And so if you're not getting better and people are getting better and you're not adding more value to your audience and you're not out there doing what you need to do and it's all about you and you're being selfish and people don't want to work with you, it doesn't matter as much about you making $1 million a month right now, because in 5 years, you'll turn off that audience and then they won't recommend you. Look at companies like Apple. Apple is a company that every year they're going to make the effort to be the best. All right. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to be where they're supposed to be at, and they're going to give you value for your money. B. Simone just wants your money, and she's the same way when it comes to men. And so eventually what Kevin Samuels knew is that you're like one post away from basically turning off your audience because you kept making the same mistakes, because for you, all you saw them was a means to an end, and you didn't see them as the person that gave you the opportunity. So if you had the attitude towards your own audience in that same respect, it was no way possible you could get a high value man with that same mentality, because you're a person looking for somebody to keep giving to you,
Not
but
acting
you don't
like
want
that.
to give anything. And we have a word for that. It's called parity. Parity is another way of saying equality. What you do for me, I'm willing to do for you. I'm willing to add value to your life. And when it came to B. Simone, she's just not willing to do so. Everybody must suffer for her to be successful.
She can.
And what happens in the free market, once you stop developing,
She
the
provides
market
zero fucking value to the world, to anybody, bro, and basically to herself if she's going broke. Yeah, damn, man. If she's going broke,
says, we think you're fake, or we think you're fraudulent, or we think you're wishy-washy. And so once
you was making $1 million a month, that's your fault. You can't blame nobody but yourself. And with $1 million, with my first M, I'm putting up, and I'm gonna be put 3.6% in the high yield savings account right now. That's $36,000 a year. That's cool. I'll keep working my YouTube. I'll be set. You know what I'm saying? I'll be set. That's not a lot of money, but hey, I keep my initial investment and get dividends off of it and keep doing what I'm doing out here. Fuck you talking about? Y'all niggas get the million and spend it. I'm not the same.
so many people start to do that,
we are
people
not
start to go
the
away,
same.
and they start to do different things. Now, again, as we get older, we all evolve. And of course, people can change their mentalities towards certain things. But typically, you know, your content and genre space should be somewhat the same. I mean, I came in 2015, I was in the Black Manosphere, and it's 2025. And even though my content has changed, the structure of who followed me then is kind of easy for them to follow me now, because the same basic talking points are still there when it comes to the strategy. But when it came to B. Simone, what she was doing in 2020 is completely different than what she's doing now in 2025, and she's saying anything
because she's
just
not
to
getting
get
the
money.
same opportunities.
And when you don't have value for the people that help you,
she's not getting the same opportunities, bro. Her opportunities dried up, and that happens, man. It happens.
You're gonna be broke. Shout out to Kevin. He predicted Tracy Ellis Ross, and now this one. Again, shout out to Chantel Simone, who previously did a really good video on this. Kevin Samuels predicted B. Simone's downfall. We out.
Hey man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. 2IP the name. We on the road to 100K. Okay, if you don't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. If you made it to the end of this video and you bored, check out this video to the left, or check out my music to the right. Just drop some new shit on platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good shit. I'll get at y'all on the next one, and I'm gone. 2IP the name.